Another lovely morning in the woods. I want to do a review on my little tent stove. I'm really pleased with it, and it's the Pomoly Ti Mini, Ti being titanium obviously. It's the smallest one they do, and from my experience so far it's probably all I'll need, I think. So let's take a look at it. I've used it a few times now, so it's not in pristine condition, but this is what I got. Got the stove itself. You get a pair of gloves, and I'll come to them later, but they are essential. Got the attachment to join on the chimney, and it's also got a baffle in it which works very well. I've got my chimney, which we'll come to, which is a titanium rolled chimney. This is a 6 foot long one. They also do a 9 foot, so that's 3 meters and 2 meters that they do. And you also get these rings, which will be self-explanatory once I construct the chimney. And I also went for an option of the spark diffuser. Excuse the state of my hands, obviously I'm handling this and it's been used a few times. Just to give you an idea of a couple of weights and dimensions, the whole thing with the chimney weighs 2.1 kilograms, that's 4.6 pounds, and the folded dimensions are, let's go 4 centimeters, 30.5 by 19.5 by 10, so that's 30.5, which is give or take 12 inches. 19.5, so that's just shy of 8 inches, and thickness about 2 inches, so it's pretty small. To put it up is simple enough. Got a retaining strap here to stop rattles if you're going to put it in your pack. It really does strike me when I pick up this thing how little it weighs. That's the top. The bottom, we just take off these two, not take off, unfold these two legs like so. And then just fold up the insides. And there are clips here which hold it up. And once that's in place, top just slots in with similar clips on the tops. Make sure you put the key of the baffle at the back, otherwise you won't be able to turn it if you get it in any of the other positions. Now for the fun bit. When you get these chimneys, they come wrapped in a very thick polythene, and you have to be ready to roll it once you take the polythene off, so it's worth preparing. I'll give you a little picture of a former that I used to roll this chimney around, and that really made it a success, and as many people as you can get to help is the best. We had my wife and my son and my daughter on the job. I got the piece of PVC tubing from Screwfix, and it worked a treat. It was only £3 for the thing, and to save wasting a titanium chimney, it was money well spent. So use one of those and just unroll this to its full length, place the PVC tubing over it so it runs the whole length, and then just slowly roll. And once you've rolled it out into a 6 foot chimney, put these spacers back on and then you've got to do what they call a dry burn, and you burn the stove for about an hour with the chimney attached, and you can hear the chimney sort of crinkling and making all sorts of creaking noises, and that gives it the memory, so that once you take it off and roll it back up into this position, once you unwind it when you're at camp, it'll remember that it can roll again into the chimney shape. It's very clever and it works a treat, and I'll hopefully demonstrate to you now. In my haste, I didn't use those gloves that were supplied. Really silly. It's sharp as anything, that titanium chimney, so use the gloves once you're either putting the chimney up or taking it down. It is razor sharp. One thing that Pomoly don't supply with this smallest of the stoves is any sort of a grill to either put your kit on or cook with, and so I made this. It's just a bit of barbecue grill, 4 skewers, and I heated up the ends of the skewers so that I'd round them off and they wouldn't slip as it supported the grill, and also they fold in nicely. So you can either keep your pots and pans and ingredients next to it so you're ready to cook, or you can use it in a different way. With this stove, it's all or nothing the heat, and I find that if I set up the grill this way, then you can put things on either to heat up quickly, or once they're heated up you can just move them around, and it's a bit like having a simmering. Those of you that cooked on Arga style cookers, they use this method by putting things in the middle and then gradually moving outwards to the place where there's less heat. So, and you can get a few more things on that way. I made this stove jack just out of some silicone baking paper that I got from Amazon, and I put some Velcro strips along the edges and then just peeled this back and made an appropriate size hole. Just align the stove approximately under the stove jack and it's ready to put the chimney on. Do put the spark diffuser on before you put the chimney up, not like I did last night. I had to take the chimney down to put it on. There's some ties on here for guy ropes for when it's windy. You probably noticed I've had some cord in my bag for the Pomoly there with some little carabiners, and if it got windy I was going to guy this out to some trees around the tent. Bit fiddly this bit, but that just slots on there. You want it tight around there, which it is. Unlighting it couldn't be simpler. Just open up the vent at the front, make sure that the baffle's open to the chimney, and I use just a wood wool parcel there. Get that going. And you don't need to necessarily start off with the smallest of kindling, because once you shut up this front it gets an amazing draw on, and it will take some pretty hefty sized bits of wood. And then close it up. You'll probably hear the draw, you can see that immediately. And that's the Pomoly Titanium Mini. As I said, I can't think when I'd need anything bigger than this one tigress, because I don't like staying in a tent with anyone else. And I'll hand you over to the video. If you haven't seen my video where I'm camping in the woods whilst I'm renovating and decorating a friend's house, it's really hot, gets really hot very quickly. I had to turn the heat right down by closing off the baffle and closing the front vent, and it burned for a long time. It really did. And once you've got a few embers in there, I was putting in some decent sized logs and put that in, and that gave me a good hour on a slow burn and just kept the chill out of the air. It helped me get off nicely to sleep, and the beauty of it is when I woke up in the morning, I was pretty cold, but I got this going, and within 5 minutes the chill had gone from the air and I was warmed right up again. So it's a good investment. They are dear, they are expensive, but you're paying for the titanium obviously, but it's an investment, and because they're made of titanium, it means that you can take them in your pack, and it's no heavier than, you know, some of the actual sort of wood burning stoves that you can get these days. It's not lighter than the fire trough. So yeah, you saw me on my camping video cooking on it. No point in repeating that. I do like the idea of that little grill I made, and if I was going to give it points out of 10, it'd be a 10 on this. I really haven't found anything to fault it, he says as he calls the fire brigade. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Oh, forgot to do my signing off that I do. My daughter, every time I walk in her room now, she goes, "Hi, Richard Outdoors." Thank you very much for watching. Take two. Thank you very much for watching. See you again.